All right.
What's up?
We're on.
Or should I say from our last video, what's up?
What's up? That is what you should say. That's how you sound most of the time.
Do I really sound like that?
Well, yeah. I mean, no.
Okay.
I want to say yes, not the way that I did it, but you do sound like so cool.
I would say
like
it's more like sultry.
Yeah, well, that's hot.
Okay, but the way that you just said it was not hot. It sounded like the dude from Scream, like, what's up?
Okay, well, I'll work on it.
Okay. Just welcome to the Queer Social.
I'll do it.
Okay. Well, you're just taking over everything, aren't you?
I like my time.
You like to be bossy.
I realized while watching this podcast back how bossy I am. So with that being said, I'll take the intro. Welcome to the Queer Social. My name is Jess. My pronouns are she, her.
And I'm Andie. My pronouns are they, them. And that's the only line I'm allowed to say.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I want to talk about?
You have something to talk about.
Okay. Mario Kart.
Dude, Mario Kart. We're just getting into it in this episode. Okay, go on.
Mario Kart. Well, first off, played it as a kid a lot, right? I never had the system, but my friends did, and I was like obsessed with it. Jessica is not a gamer.
No, I can confidently say I am not a gamer.
No, it is my way of de-stressing. At night I play video games, but I just recently, because I don't do well on airplanes, they're not my favorite thing, and I wanted something to distract me that wasn't just watching a movie or show, because my brain is just like, it needs more stuff. I have to stay stimulated. So I was like, you know what, Jess, I would really like a Switch. And Jess was like, you don't really need a Switch.
Yeah.
But then I told you all the different great things about a Switch.
And we had our cousin McKenna, our best friend Kylie, like really prove points why I would even enjoy a Switch at times. So because it benefits me, we got a Switch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we are on our way to Hawaii, and I was like, you know what? Let me just run into Target before we go the next day.
It was quick.
So I can have one to play on the airplane. Oh man, I was hooked after that. I was absolutely hooked.
Andie looked up twice in like 6.5 hours.
It was awesome because Milo was on my lap, and she was like watching me play, and then she would feed with you, and she was the perfect baby. I think people were afraid to sit next to us, and she was the perfect baby on all 7 flights we took.
It's not even the fact that you think someone was afraid. Someone was afraid.
Yeah.
We had a guy sit down. Okay, well, we sat in the wrong seats. My bad. Okay, sorry about that. We sat in the row behind, but you know, in the airplane, sometimes it can look like that's your row. Yeah. So we sat in the row, and then the guy immediately was so upset, like looked at us because he had to get up. We were the 2 inside, looked at us and was like, fuck me. Like internally, you could tell that's what he was saying to himself.
He just like rolled his eyes.
Written all over his face. Fuck my life.
Yeah, and I think Milo was 4 months going on 5 months.
Yeah, she was a baby.
She was a little
he probably
baby.
thought he was in for it because as we know on flights, if you don't have kids, you probably just don't understand. But
I was also like that before. I was like, fuck, can somebody get the baby? Somebody get the kid.
Yeah.
But she was an absolute angel. All 7 flights.
He left. He left the seat. So the people in front were like, oh, I think you're in my seat. Of course, Andie already has airplane anxiety, so they're like pissed at me. They're like, why did you put us in the wrong seat? And I'm like, and the people were so kind. They were like, it's okay. We'll just sit in your seat. It's just right in front of us, both a couple, so it didn't make any difference.
Yeah.
But it made a difference to the dude next to us because he was not having it. No. And also, the people in front of us, they had no one sitting next to them. So they saw on his face how upset he was that they offered to have him come up a row.
Can I just also say this really quick? The flight was a 30-minute flight. It was from Kona to Maui.
Oh
and
my
I
God,
was like,
yes,
he was
right.
that upset for a 30-minute flight that might being an inconvenience if our baby was crying.
What a prick. I'm sorry. Like, Get over it.
Yeah.
30 minutes of your life. Boo-hoo.
And then the funniest thing is she's an absolute angel, right?
Yeah.
And then we end up seeing the same guy. On the returning flight.
Back. And
I go up to him and I was like,
are you sure you don't want to sit with us?
Yeah, that's what it was. I was like, are you sure you don't want to sit with us? And he literally looked up and he was like, I have candy for your daughter. And I was like,
he literally, it was the weirdest fucking thing. He held up his bag of candy and was like, I have candy. And the woman who was in front of us was like, I would never say that again to someone else's child. Period. The guy was so caught off.
I was like, yes, Nancy. Yes.
Yeah, right. The guy was so caught off. But anyways, what a jerk.
Yeah. It was.
Milo was a freaking blast. Anyways, yeah, back to Andie's Mario Kart.
Okay, yeah. Wow.
I know, sorry. Thanks for being patient with us. Sometimes we go left and right and all over the place.
That was a whirlwind.
We're back on the road.
Okay, so Mario Kart. I have been in it. I'm in it deep. I'm like trying to do every level so I get more unlockables, like all this stuff, right? And then comes along Jessica. Just little Jessica.
Well, it took me two months to even show any bit of interest.
No, it was a month. It was when we got back from Hawaii in January, and it was snow. We were in a snowpocalypse. Mm-hmm. Jess was like, all right, fine. I'll play like one round. Just teach me how to do it,
and I was grumpy. I'm just not a gamer. Like, yeah. I'll tell you right now, I am not a gamer. I don't enjoy it. I really don't. Like, I don't want to learn how to play anything. That's what it comes down to. I don't want to know the rules. I don't want to be confused. I just don't enjoy learning new games.
But let me say this. Mario Kart brings out the absolute savageness of my wife.
I've said words I've never said in my entire life, thinking that it's okay to say, and then when they come out, I'm completely and utterly shocked by myself.
I'm literally playing, and I'm like...
Yeah. Words I can't even repeat right here. Words I would literally never, ever, ever say.
No, and it's the funniest thing because I've noticed this with multiple people. Mario Kart brings out a different side of you.
It does.
It is just like this primal thing.
I've never been more competitive in my life. Like,
exactly.
Any sport I was ever put in does not compare.
Even your mom. Mario Kart just, it's the best because
you unleash the beast, basically, is what's happening. Like, Toadette, I have a big rage brewing in my chest when I see Toadette. Next to me, in front of me, coming up behind me, I am not okay.
It's pretty funny though too.
Savage. Really quick, what computer is doing Toadette, they know to target me.
Toadette just comes and fucks you up.
She wrecks my life.
It's always her.
No, I know.
Oh, please tell everybody the character that you use.
Roy. His name is Roy. If you guys... Okay, listen. Let's just hear me out. If you don't play Mario Kart and you're watching or listening, you need to play Mario Kart.
I agree.
Like, at least one time. It really is addicting, okay? So just stay here because we're not going to talk about Mario Kart forever. But I just need to tell you, I do play Roy. And I take on his persona a little bit. Like... We're going to, if you're watching, we're plopping a picture here of Roy.
Big Daddy. Oh, wait.
His name is Big Daddy Leroy. So, like, when I'm playing, I'll be like, Big Daddy's coming for you. And, like, anyone who's playing is like, well, Jessica, chill out, dude. I'm like, ah! Is that his noise? I'm pretty sure that's his noise. Like, I channel Daddy Leroy. It's the only time I'll let anyone call me Daddy.
Can I just...
Go ahead.
Okay, yes, it is the funniest thing that out of all the characters, Jessica went for Roy, and she literally, and it's so funny because you are Roy. Like when I first met Jess, she would do this thing that she thought was so funny, and it was like talking this like...
I talked in like a really funny voice.
In a really funny voice, but
people loved it. Andie was just like, I've never been around someone like you, and I'm kind of off put by this.
It was like this alternate personality. It was so funny, but she used to want to like chest bump me all the time.
Used to. I still do. Let's go. I just have like I have like this like
I know.
there's something inside of me. Sometimes
I really think you should have followed through with basketball.
I would have been a fucked up, like in the best way possible, a good ass basketball player.
Or like
just I'm aggressive, and if I get to chest bump anyone, do they do that in basketball? Like when they like get a basket, do they score a basket? Fuck! I used to play basketball. This is so bad. What do you say when you get a
baby?
What do you say? Is it score a basket? Anybody who plays basketball, you're not answering me.
Yes,
so.
yes.
Okay.
But it's just funny the way that you say it. Like, you scored a basket? Like,
right, I know.
No, so.
I was a little insecure about what that term was called.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay. Sports.
Okay. All right.
I think you would have liked volleyball too, though. Like, if we played on the same team.
No, I
dated a teammate once, and it was the worst thing of my life. No, but you would have liked it because you like to slap ass.
Love it. Love to slap ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, that is a volleyball thing. Speaking of volleyball, in high school, let me set the scene for you. I was at a private Catholic school. There was...
Go figure. Lesbian now, private Catholic school.
It makes sense. That's the recipe. So there was probably like 30 people in the senior class. Like it was a very small school. So I was new this year, senior year going to a new school. You have to submerge yourself in something to make friends.
Yeah, why would you do that to yourself?
I don't know. I really don't. I wanted an adventure.
Always.
Yeah, being new, I was like, okay, I gotta do something to meet people. Yeah, so I did. I tried out for volleyball, where my friends that I had made right off the bat, they were on the volleyball team, and they were like, you have to try out for volleyball. I'm like, yes, so fun, girls, let's go. I went to my volleyball tryout, and the coach was like, so have you played before? I'm like, no, never played, but I think I would be a really great addition to your team.
You sold yourself. You do have really good people skills.
Right.
Like,
this thing works. These
Yes, it
things, I don't even think that's right. These things were,
Please show me your form again.
Okay, I know that your hands aren't supposed to cross.
Because you can break your fingers.
So, but I changed it almost immediately.
Okay.
So like this.
Good job.
Okay. So I go to my volleyball tryout. I did the damn thing. I waited for a call that never came. I was denied. And when I tell you I was denied, like the whole senior squad basically played volleyball, but I wasn't. Yeah. Coach was like, ma'am, find another sport. So I did. I ran cross country, which is like the devil sport. I don't know why I ever thought that was okay. I had one friend on the cross country team.
And 30 friends on the volleyball
And 30 friends. Yeah, but I didn't make that. So I had to do something else because like I had to validate myself.
You wanted to be an athlete.
I wanted to be an athlete girl.
No, look at you wearing your varsity
I wore this on purpose. Channeling my sporty gal. You're loving this. You're absolutely dying. Yeah. So I tried out for cross country. I made it. I don't think you can say no to people on cross country, really. Like, it's your own game. You either get first or you get last while running. And I did really good. I was so good.
I will say, your stamina and your endurance is honestly mind-blowing.
Yeah, I know. It's really good.
I have asthma. I won't completely blame that against me. But even when I was at my peak of being a college athlete, my stamina was nowhere near what you can.
Yeah, I love you, but like I'm front of the pack on a hike and you're back of the pack.
Whoa.
Well, that's...
My teammates would attest to that.
Yeah.
Always.
Right,
Like, we'd go on a mile run for soccer in high school, and I'd literally be like at the beginning when people are like on their way back.
Right, exactly.
And I was like, don't worry, I'm a keeper anyway. It's fine.
Yeah.
Same, and that's why I chose volleyball over soccer, is because of the less running. And when I first wanted to, go to school, I was like, I want to party, so let me choose volleyball because it just was naturally easy for me, whereas like soccer was continuously challenging and
a lot of running in soccer.
It just wasn't for me, especially when we got punished one time and like our coach was like, we're gonna do like I don't know, he was like, we're going to run to Alabama. And then we'd be like, what? And he'd be like, okay, just get on the line. And we would just run until he said we were at Alabama.
That's a terrible game. Wow.
I don't we're going to go to Colorado. And then he'd be like, get on the line. And we would just run.
Did he think that was like cute?
He thought it was funny. And no, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible.
So sorry.
Yeah. But that is really cute that you tried out for volleyball. If it makes you feel any better, I tried out for volleyball in middle school and I got rejected.
What? That does make me feel better because you're amazing.
But I will say the only reason I played volleyball was to get in shape for other sports. I didn't really like it at the time, which was weird. And then in like my sophomore year of high school, I tried out again and I just had my growth spurt too. And we see these hands. These things are just... Yeah, my hands are massive.
Okay, wait, I gotta move my... Can we do this hand? Does that work for you? Okay. Oh. Wait, can you turn to the side? That's...
Yeah, it's just...
nutty.
Yeah. So all the coaches were like, oh my God, you have to play volleyball. And I was like...
Have to.
I was like, all right, man, whatever. I'll stay in shape, you know. Looks easy enough. No. Volleyball is such an underrated sport. I think it's one of the most challenging things because, well, one, let me just be real. With all my volleyball people watching, I cannot pass a ball to save my life. I'm a middle. They tried to train me as an outside. Can't pass a ball to save my life. Tried to train me as a right side. Not really left-handed, so I wasn't that great, you know? So that was like in the middle. I can jump super high. Like that was my golden ticket.
Yeah.
Okay, so I went and played college ball. Played middle all the way through against like 6'3" people. You guys are a little bit slower, no offense. So I excelled. But I'm only 5'8", and my coaches would lie and say I was like 5'11", which was highlight of my life.
Well, it's like an intimidation factor, right? When they're like,
yeah, but then I'd walk on the court
on your team. They're like, oh shit.
I'd walk on the court, and I'd be going up against like a 6'4" girl on the other side, and I'm like, here's my 5'8" self. But then, you know, it's fine.
It works, yeah.
But yeah, I just want you to know, like, I also got rejected, and it was by mean girls, and it wasn't like a whole, it sucked. Yeah. But then I went on to play college sports, and they got stuck in racing, and they had babies at like 16, so.
Well, look at you now.
Who won? I'm sure you love your 5 kids.
I don't even know how we got here.
It's your fault.
Whatever. Let's just transition into this now. We're getting into the thick of it. So we had a lot of people ask us about our life here in Reno on our farm. If you don't know, we are farmers. I'm just kidding. We're not farmers. We are not farmers. That's not our job.
No, and
we're not that.
We commend all the farmers, all the homesteaders, all the people out there doing the damn thing with livestock, growing, whatever the case is.
It's so much work. Like, we had this idea of what it would be like, and we're at like the basic of the basic entry level ranch. So we live on a few acres of property here in Reno, Nevada. We moved here about 4 years ago. I don't know why. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. No hate to Reno. I do love it. We came for family. So we have a barn. We have goats. And we have a livestock guardian dog named Ranger.
He's the best.
The light of our life. He's amazing. And people are always just like, when they see us out and then we tell them that we live on a ranch, they're like, what?
No,
they're
you don't.
so confused. Yeah. We look like, I don't know what we look like.
I mean, we look like we're
ranters.
straight out of LA in Reno.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
And it's funny because when we first moved here, I was like, I cannot go out wearing my pleather pants.
And Andie's like, I think I need to wear Carhartt overalls to the market. I'm like, I don't think you do. Carhartt hat, Carhartt overalls, Carhartt jacket on top of the overalls.
You know what though? I'm a real Carhartter because I'm from Wisconsin and I grew up wearing that shit. So
yeah.
Okay.
So people are just very confused. But when we break it down, we are huge animal lovers, like massive animal lovers. And we were living in LA area before, and we've always wanted more property. We wanted Milo to grow up with like the ranch life, chores,
It was always something that we envisioned for ourselves in the future.
Yeah.
Like maybe 40 or 50 years old, or like 35. I don't know. Who knows? We always wanted it later. I grew up in Wisconsin, so I always grew up around like farm animals and like just being around that type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I always knew that that's where I wanted to go back to. Plus, I don't like people. So I was like, as detached as I can be, if we can be sustainable, if we can have our own little thing. I also really, really look up to preppers.
Yeah, doomsday preppers. Andie's like in black holes looking at doomsday prepping. I'm like, we don't need to do all that.
Yeah, so I think that I like being prepared. I wanted the land. I wanted the detachment from city life, all that type of stuff. I wanted a slower pace lifestyle.
Yeah. And I used to work in production, and I was craving that. I was working crazy hours, and I knew when we were going to have a baby, I was like, there's no way I want this for myself. A lot of people do it. I know a lot of my producer friends and editors who do it. Not for me.
Yeah.
I really wanted to be home and enjoy as much as I could of Milo's life and just being a mom, because I've always wanted to be that. So for us, we were like, this looks like a good move for us. Slower paced life, new opportunities, change of environment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we moved here.
And we found our own little slice of heaven. And it's honestly been, it's been a lesson and a blessing. Because one, moving on a property you don't really have much information about is very challenging, just from the fact that like we have to flood our fields, like we have water rights, we have to manage a lot of acreage now. We have to manage animals where it's not like a dog or a cat.
Yeah.
Like
we're like, goats, what do you do with these?
Yeah, so and it's interesting, right? Because we're on septic, we were on crude oil when we first moved out here. The house was really old. It was from like the 50s or something. So it's been a lot of learning and growing, which is really cool. But then it also feels so good when we are doing stuff out there, because it's like we're building roots here. Like this is our home now. And yeah, it's just really cool that we get to have a little barn and little animals for Milo to like have her own petting zoo and learn responsibility and learn to connect with the natural world.
She's got to grow up humble. She's got to grow up humble in every aspect, and like respecting nature and animals. Yeah. Yeah, people are always confused when they see us. And they're like, you do what?
Yeah, because like on my Instagram, it'll literally be me doing like fashion and like showing off shoes or like unboxing. And then it'll be like fast forward to like me feeding goats and doing chores and shoveling shit.
like Andie like slips off their Jordans to like put on barn shoes.
Yeah, I literally have like shit boots in the truck right now for every time I go.
Because you do not sacrifice your feet for the day. But when you get to the barn, you're like, you'll switch them out.
Exactly.
The thing is like you also have really bad allergies, which like these do not go hand in hand. I realized how bad it was the first time we cleaned stalls together, and even with a mask on.
Oh, I had like hay fever.
After
I'm allergic to everything.
Everything. Andie comes out of the stall. Their eyes are bloodshot red. Their face is swollen. I'm like, you gotta go.
Yeah.
You gotta go inside.
Yeah.
So even through the allergies, this is still the life for you.
Yeah, it is. And the thing is I've always been allergic to things, but my connection with dogs specifically, like my love for animals is just so intense that I was like, I don't care if I can't breathe out of my nose, and if I'm having an asthma attack,
doesn't matter.
I just want a fluffy puppy, like I just like that's literally me. So yeah, that's the same way with the goats. The goats are so fucking cute. Like having goats,
they're so cute.
They're so entertaining.
Yeah.
They are literally life-size dogs. They're like 80, 90 pounds now.
If you have room in your backyard, get a goat.
Get a goat. They poop everywhere.
Oh, God,
everywhere. Like little pellets everywhere. But they are the cutest thing. They eat all your vegetables that you don't eat. So
and
it's
fruits,
like recycling kind of. Or like
it's great. And the way that they eat is hilarious. You gotta go
munch.
We need to do a goat ASMR, because I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It is so funny.
It's so good.
a lot of people ask us what animals that like we started with or what we wanted to start with first. And because of our lack of experience, we didn't want to get an animal that would put us in over our head.
Yeah, and also they deserve the best care, and if we can't give that to them, then that's not the animal for us right now.
Exactly.
So goats.
Yes.
That was our first
Goats
stop.
were the first stop, and then we got Ranger because we have a really bad predator issue where we are too. Coyotes are massive here.
Yeah.
They're like
think of a German Shepherd times 2.
Yeah, exactly. They're huge here, and they are so
They're not afraid.
smart, and
Yeah.
they're not afraid.
So that's why we got Ranger.
Who is our livestock guardian dog? He's an Armenian Gamper, and everyone's always like, "What the hell is that?"
Never heard of it. I didn't either until
No.
I came across this woman who bred them, and I was like, what is this? And we just did some research, and we decided with him over a Pyrenees, but man, it was a good decision. He's one, so cute.
Yeah, he's so
Two,
cute.
so smart, and he's really sweet.
He's very personable, and before people come at us for getting a bred dog, Ranger is a working dog.
He's a working dog.
His job is to protect the livestock. He thinks he's a part of the livestock, but he thinks he is the one who runs it. So I cannot just go out to the shelter and hopefully get a Pyrenees and throw him out in our field and be like, go protect these livestock that you don't know at all.
He's trained to do
Exactly.
this
It's
job,
bred
so.
into him.
Yeah.
And
He's gnarly. He's huge. He's
exactly.
massive, yeah.
So he does his job and he protects our animals, and that's amazing because he's a part of our family, and yeah, he's just an amazing dog.
So we have Ranger and we have the goats, and we got the goats as babies. We didn't know what we were doing. Google really taught us a lot.
Yeah.
We went and got the babes, brought them home, and we had to bottle feed them 3 times a day, like they were
It was
newborns.
literally like newborn babies, and we had no idea.
We didn't have babies at this time. We didn't have Milo, and so we had no idea what this would be like. And let me just tell you, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Like, and it has to be the same time every day. Like, and have you ever heard a goat scream? It's insane. The second that they hear us coming, they scream at the top
I
of their
can't even
lungs.
mimic it because it would be a disservice.
It'd also be a little embarrassing.
Yeah, it would. Oh, it's terrifying listening to a goat scream at you for milk.
Yeah.
Way better version of Milo screaming for milk.
Right. Yeah, I would much rather hear that as well. It's gnarly. But yeah, they were our introductory to the farm, and that's all we have for now. We have our goats and our little Ranger.
Jess is a horse girl. She grew up riding horses.
I'm a horse gal.
You know, you're not the typical horse gal though. Because my very first college I went to was an equestrian college. And those are some horse girls.
Yeah.
Those are some Midwest.
That's kind of, yeah, I wouldn't say I'm your typical horse gal.
No, you are a little bougie. A little bougie.
Horse gals are bougie, so that doesn't make sense.
No, there's Western gals. And then there's English gals.
Yeah.
And you were an English gal, and that's a different upper echelon of the equestrian. It is, baby. When I went to go watch Jess ride horses, I didn't really know what to expect. Never in our relationship was she an athlete or anything like that, so I had no idea. I was blown away at the fact that you can ride a horse and jump over 6-foot things, 10-foot
Oh, no.
Okay, but the fact that you could literally ride a horse in an English saddle too doesn't have, you're not strapped in, yo. I'm just saying, I was so impressed watching Jess ride a horse. Hunter jumper was what is it called? Your style, your technique. And it was incredible. Now I really want Milo to be a part of that, but it is a bougier, it's just fancier.
Horses are a lot of work, and so that's why we haven't ventured down the horse path yet.
And they're very expensive.
But mostly the work
that
goes into, like, there's just a lot of upkeep. And we just had a baby, so we just need to chill for a sec, and then we can add more.
But I was trying to give you your flowers. Like, you can ride a fucking horse, man.
Thank you.
Say it about me now too. Because I can ride a horse really well too.
Oh my god, you need this?
Because I need your validation.
You can ride a really good horse.
Well,
you can ride really good.
Pretty well.
Western.
Yes. I'm not an English
Yeah.
writer.
You have no fear. You just like, giddy up. Just take off. No rules. Anytime we've ever done any type of like horseback riding anywhere at facilities, they hate Andie. They literally hate Andie. They're like, you're fired. Get off the fucking horse. Andie won't listen to any rules.
Do you want to know why though?
They're like, you can't canter. And then Andie like books it like a mile in front of everyone. They hate you.
You want to know why though?
What?
It's because ever since I watched the movie Spirit when I was a kid, I wholeheartedly think that is me. I am just that person that will get on a horse and have this immense connection with them and ride off into the sunset. Like
Spirit
bareback.
Bareback. You had to add that one in. Yeah. That takes a lot of skill. So our love story is basically Spirit. If you haven't watched Spirit as present day as an adult, go watch Spirit. And I am Rain. And you are Spirit. You're laughing because it's so true. It's like
so accurate. It hurts.
It's so accurate. I'll let you just dissect it. You as in listeners, viewers, you can dissect it as you please, but just keep in mind when you see that beautiful paint pony, that's me. And the buckskin, gorgeous, handsome man is Andie. And it all makes sense.
It does all make sense.
Back to the ranch.
Okay. Yeah. Back to the ranch. I do want to get horses, and I think for sure our first horse is going to be a buckskin, and his name is going to be Spirit.
Do we need to go that far? Yeah.
Yes, because I want Milo's first horse to be Spirit. Like, that was all I looked up to. Not all I looked up to. That was a big part of what I looked up to.
Andie has, like, Spirit posters all over their room.
Says the girl who had a horse mural painted above her bed.
I have no shame in that. Dakota. Her name was Dakota. Gorgeous mural. Yeah. You tried to get me with that one. I'm proud.
No, I didn't try to get you. Okay. So, yeah, we are aspiring homesteaders.
Yeah. There's people who do it much better than us, but it works for us.
We do our own thing.
We also live... So our houses are really far apart from other houses in our neighborhood.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about noise complaints.
No. Why does that come to your mind?
Because it's 500 feet away from a house minimum to ride a dirt bike, and that's what I remember.
Okay, yeah, Andie does ride their dirt bike around the property. We don't have to worry about neighbors is where I was going with this, and which is great for you because you really don't like neighbors.
You know that song by J. Cole, Neighbors? Well, I'm pretty sure that's what every neighbor has ever thought of me driving into the ranch where we live.
Yeah. So, like, we are definitely the oddball out on our cul-de-sac, on our street.
And we're also, our neighborhood is filled with, like, multi-generational families who have, like, been on those properties, and we are the transplants.
Yeah. And
also, we are the black sheep.
Yeah, we are the black sheep. That's
without even being gay, like, we're just the black sheep because our family hasn't been there for more than 5 generations or whatever it is.
Yeah, but we look different than any of the neighbors.
I am the only black person in a 30-mile vicinity.
Yeah. It's very true.
Or I will say brown because most people don't even think that I'm black. But I am. Here's my dad.
Oh my God. The neighbors, I'm very curious to think what they would think of us.
I don't want to know what they think.
We take a stroll. Like, look at our outfits right now. Look at our outfits, okay? We take strolls in our neighborhood with a baby. So, like, this and a baby, the neighbors practically break their necks looking at us. Like, out their windows. We're like, you've never said a word to us. But we're here. We live right down the street for 4 fucking years.
And we're queer.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fun game. It's a really fun game.
Yeah.
We're just different.
That's okay, though. Living our life.
Love it. I would say the decision to move to Reno wasn't an easy one.
No.
Like, it was in the fact that, like, we were so excited about the slower paced lifestyle and just doing something different. We were excited for, like, our potential with our family, our future.
Yeah.
But leaving behind all of our friends and family who live in the LA area, that was probably the hardest.
Yeah, because we have such a close-knit circle of friends.
Shout out to all of our family and friends.
We love you all. Like, I mean, I'll just say this. Like, our wedding was super, super intimate.
Yeah.
But it was the best. It was like being at camp.
We had 30 people at our wedding. And
it was awesome. We slept, like, we had we did like cabins.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a whole weekend, like, getaway with our family and friends. And it was like a big camping trip. But then we just got married as well.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
The best. Yeah. We have a really amazing group of people. So that was super, super hard to leave behind. And also nobody talks about how hard it is to make friends or like a new circle of people at our age.
I just don't get it. Like, it's like
why it's so hard.
But then it makes sense, right? Because when you're in high school, you're forced to be around people. You're forced to do that. And then when you become an adult, you learn all the things that you might not like about somebody or the things that you don't want to go do. Yes. And you actually have willpower,
the opportunity and the choice to be like, you're not my vibe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
we have a few. Don't get us wrong. It's not like we are friendless.
Oh, no. You know who you are in Reno.
You know who you are.
And yes, we are very grateful for the friends that we do have here. But it was not an easy.
No.
It has not been easy. And especially to find like queer friends who are also, I don't know, just kind of at the same place where we're at in life too. Like,
well, they don't have to be queer either. But they don't have to be queer.
Okay, you don't have to be queer. It's just cooler if you are.
We have enough straight friends. Just kidding.
No straight friends. No straight friends. No straight friends. I'm no new.
That was really good.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Drake. No, we do not discriminate, obviously. But I think that in the place that we are in our life right now, it's just been more difficult to make genuine connections with people.
And we work from home too. So like, I think a big way to meet people when you're our age is through like work, like coworkers.
Yeah, but if you came home and was like, I have a work wife or like a work husband, I would.
You would. Yeah, we don't have to worry about that.
No,
you're both for me.
That's right.
You're my only coworker.
One time though, I did have I won't say work wife, a work friend that you didn't really like fuck with at all.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to bring that up, we can bring that up.
Well, we were talking about past.
Right,
I transition into that.
I just told you how uncomfortable I was because you don't pick up on signs that somebody may or may not be attracted to you, or may be attracted to you. You don't like.
I know.
Sometimes I'm like, I want to knock on your head, like literally, big. Hello, how do you not see what's happening right now?
I think that's like an internalized thing of like being insecure, like not thinking that I'm attractive. Like, maybe that was like an internalized thing, I think, for a long time because everybody used to just be like, oh, you're pretty for a black girl, or like,
which is so
you're
fucked up.
You know, this or that. But I was never like somebody's desired type, and I think that was really
until now. You had to move out of Wisconsin and out of Alabama for you to realize like how good looking you were.
Yeah, see, I still get even weird about you saying that.
Well, it's true.
Yeah.
You're everyone's type.
Well, oh.
You are.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think you're a little biased, though.
Well, I'm speaking for the people.
Okay. Where were we? I don't know.
Oh, man.
Friends in Reno.
Oh, yeah. If you're thinking about planning a move to a new state or country, just make sure you're aware that you really need to put yourself out there. Yeah. Like Bumble friend dates.
Yeah.
Like Facebook. I don't fucking know. We don't do that. So, but it's going to be a little tough.
It is a little bit tough. But I think also you just got to communicate with one another to be like, hey, I think we need to go out and talk with, like, socialize. We need to go out and socialize. Yeah. But that doesn't really happen with us often.
No. Yeah, I think for some reason we thought we were like magnetic.
Yeah.
We were like, they're just going to come to us.
I didn't think that at all. Because I'm the least magnetic person ever.
I definitely did. I was like, so many people are going to be lining at the door being like, that girl, I need her in my corner.
Who's that girl?
It's Jess. That's me. It's Jess. Yeah. But no, that didn't happen. So no one lined up at my door. It's fine.
Well, our driveway is really long.
And we have a gate, so no one could come in.
All right. What else you got?
I think that's it.
Because this is my new favorite part of our podcast, I would like to end today's episode with a, are you smarter than a fifth grader, Jess?
Oh my God. I'm scared.
Okay, you ready?
No.
Here we go.
You already can't keep a straight face.
What is the largest ocean
Oh, fuck me.
on planet Earth?
Well, is it the Pacific Ocean?
It is the Pacific Ocean. But is that
my
because that's the only
God.
ocean you know?
Yeah. Honestly, I think the word Mediterranean's popping in. That's not an ocean. That's a sea. Okay.
You got your question right.
Yeah.
Great
We
job.
can end here.
I didn't want you to get it right, though, so let's do one more.
No, you can't. That's not how this game works. You guys, once again, I'm smart.
You are smart.
Well,
Honestly, I would not be the person I am today if I did not have your guidance as a partner. So
I'm life smart.
you are. And you are soul smart. You are
I'll take it.
intuition smart. I love you, and I love your brain.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I love you too.
Follow us at 2 Babes 1 Barn, the Queer Social. For more, I fucked up.
Yeah, I know. You just went into the outro, and I was like, okay.
I thought I had it.
Like, you were just telling me how amazing I was. And then you're like, bye-bye.
See you later. Until next time.
At 2 Babes 1 Barn and at the Queer Social. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, I really love this commenting game. It's so fun. It takes a lot of effort on my side, but I love commenting back to people.
Yeah.
Even Peter.
Even Peter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Bye, guys.